So our third speaker, if we proceed with the theme, is actually here with us, physically in the office, but with his permission, I will jump to the second theme simply because there was a request, juggling so many things going on. So we will jump to the second theme on inclusivity. And actually, we have two speakers here. We'll go to the first speaker, and then we will get back to our third speaker in our first cluster. So our first speaker on the inclusivity theme is, or will talk about, innovation towards sustainability in the Philippine textile and garment industry. She spearheads the creative direction of Bio, ensuring the uniqueness, sustainability, and relevance of the three brands and fashion identities of their companies. Bio became the first retail brand from the Philippines in the UN Global Compact and its sustainable goal to transition and apply a circular business model. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Chief Creative Officer of Bio, Ms. Ana Lagon.
DOST Secretary de la Peña, Senator Nancy Binay, Yusek Aldaba of DTI, Congressman De Venecia, Director Celia Elumba, fellow speakers, everyone, pleasant day to all of you. Thank you to the team of PTRI for having me join this conference. Congratulations on your 54th founding anniversary and happy Philippine Tropical Fabrics Month to all. I am Ana Lagon, the Chief Creative Officer of Bio and its sub-brands Unica Iha and vice versa. Today, I would like to just share with you what Bio has been doing aside from selling clothes. I will be relating to you our experiences and challenges as we introduce innovations towards sustainability in the Philippine textile garment industry. Just for some background, please allow me to bring you to the situation why we have decided to walk the path that led us to what we are doing right now. Our company acquired Bio in 2014. Bio was a victim of the surge of international fashion brands that has deluged the market since 2010. But aside from the change in ownership, we did not change anything. Personnel were retained and design aesthetics remained the same. In a span of 3 years, we were able to turn around the company and double its retail footprint nationwide. We, however, did not place our bets in the vital retail field. We went further and set up our own manufacturing plant instead of relying on imports coming from China and other ASEAN countries. Everything moved so fast before we realized that Bio was already celebrating its 25th year in the industry. It was a very symbolic time for us that we really took the opportunity to rethink, reevaluate how we want to move forward into the next 25 years. Our anniversary slogan during our 25th year was Made in the Philippines, which reiterates our strength as a homegrown Filipino brand. Our renewed vision to lead with a purpose and revolutionize our positive impacts in order to imbibe the evolution we need for a more sustainable future. We continuously remind ourselves and our team that everything we do today counts for the kind of future we want, which brought us to set up our whys. We believe the blood that runs through our veins is the common thread that holds our differences together, that in order to move forward, we all have to take a step back and trace our roots. Patriotism is not just something you occasionally put on, but a trait you constantly wear, ever so proudly, like a badge, because we are all cut from the same cloth, stitched together to form one strong nation. With deeper meaning and purpose, we evolved to reestablish our brand soul, where mindful connections become the cornerstone as we look after the needs of all our stakeholders. So on the occasion of our 25th year in 2017, we established Bio Foundation, the heart of our company that will continue to remind us of our commitment to help better the lives of our fellow Filipinos. Through projects that will help sustain programs or opportunities to truly become a brand or a company with a soul. We support biodiversity. I'm showing some examples of our projects that we've already done, like for Pure Oceans, where we managed to recycle marine waste as a component of our new product. We also have youth programs wherein we take effort in raising awareness about mindful consumption. We also have academic programs which benefit scholars directly uh, uh, that we directly support through our sales. We have outreach programs like the recent donations funded by the company. We also support communities with priority to help sustain their livelihood. Our mission is to create, develop, and support programs that will uplift the Philippines and the Filipino people by developing and producing sustainable projects to promote Filipino products, embracing and celebrating our Filipino heritage, supporting and encouraging Filipino talent and ingenuity, creating and assisting homegrown opportunities to improve Filipino lives. This is Bio Foundation, bettering lives one stitch at a time. Moving on to 2018, it was the year of reckoning as global brands become bigger and stronger. Local brands become smaller and weaker. We needed to build a stronger brand to help the economy, create employment, build livelihood, and strengthen Filipino identity. Our decision to invest in expanding our manufacturing facility and making our business model a fully integrated company created a multiplier effect. From a few employees, we grew to more than 2,000 across our value chain. Not only did we generate jobs, but we also widened our impact to those around us, positively affecting their livelihood, which directly benefits from our value chain. But there is still a sad reality that we have to face. Over 80 billion garments are produced annually worldwide. On average, 35% of materials are left behind as production waste. This pre-consumer waste ends up in landfills with long-term harmful effects to the environment and significant contributor to global warming. Social and environmental issues go hand in hand. Through exploring the connection between these issues, we may find innovative design and business solutions to achieve sustainability. In 2018, we started also to engage and support communities to connect with us as we upcycle our fabric offcuts, while at the same time we were able to positively improve the regularity of their livelihood. More were employed and the community eventually grew and has since been independently functioning as a group with their own circle of customers. We are proud to have been part of their journey. In 2019, we created a movement that will formalize our first step to sustainability. We call it our journey to zero. It continues to guide us in our approach to sustainability. We are now able to speak louder and share our innovations.
Waste is at the heart of the fashion industry. In today's fast fashion world, styles and trends come and go every season, and the amount of textile waste this leaves us is reaching terrifying levels. Believe that around 35% of
Ginagawang ransom.
into useful. Presenting the Journey to Zero initiative by the Bio Foundation. The Journey to Zero initiative.
Magulo warehouse ni. Kailan sana? Yan na, manual loans. Kasi ano yung boss niya? Hindi dikawan. Okay, tanto kita pamilo na. Saya si conversion.
Future. We need your help in being more mindful when it comes to fashion.
"2020 would have been a big year for us to share our sustainable milestones. But the pandemic called for us for another greater mission. We prioritized giving support in making PPEs for our health workers. We made them continuously for 4 months without any profit, from March until June. It helped sustain the livelihood of our workers as we were allowed to open our facility for the production of PPEs only. Our PPEs made it into the closets of thousands of health workers. Many people realize that Bio can make high-quality PPEs. We have the OVP to thank for the opportunity to be one of their partners in providing PPEs to our health workers. DOST through PTRI commissioned us to make the rewear face masks, which helped sustain employment during the extreme community quarantine. We are grateful for the trust and confidence given to us. Our production team is truly proud to have delivered in due time. Design and the innovation is always at the core of our creative business. Being able to adapt and be flexible have been inherent in us. I think it is true for every Filipino. As a people, we are used to challenges and difficulty, and almost always we persevere. Our innate creativity comes in handy, especially during these most challenging times. We care about how we can continuously support our stakeholders, so we created for our dear customers, providing them with the new basics composed of protective wears that are made with certified functional fabrics. Simultaneously, orders of PPEs for daily wear and for our health workers started to pour in. So far, we have made more than 2 million PPEs that include face masks, isolation gowns, coveralls or hazmat suits, scrub hats. We even have exactly the same hazmat suits that's being imported. So I'm happy to share that Bio can actually make them, and we have all the equipments that can make the proper hazmat suit for our health workers. We are grateful to those who believe in the capacity of local manufacturers like us. The local support created a big impact to the livelihood it had generated. I hope that it will remind us to take a look on what we can do locally before we consider outside sourcing. But we lacked an important component in all our PPE products. There is no local fabric available at the time. So we had to think deeply and really go out of our ways to once again continue to innovate. This is when I started to reach out to Jean of 5 Cents Global, whose son, engineer Stanley, is their CEO. I am very happy that he will be joining us later. I gave our sample material to them so that they can explore on the possibility of manufacturing them. And as of latest, they are able to make them, which is really good news for us local garment manufacturers. Our circle is complete. Once again, we cannot do it alone. Collaboration is really integral to our business. Imagine the local revenue that will go back to our circle of local economy. But that is, of course, another topic that has a huge positive impact. And so I will leave it at that. The quest for local material is important for us to attain for the overall sustainable developments. So our prime goal is to always seek for local natural fibers for our textile requirements. If it's available locally, we buy it here, even if the difference is quite big. We try to prioritize purchasing our materials in the Philippines. Otherwise, we have no choice but to import them. But even if we would like to use fabrics made in the Philippines, there are few options available. If there are any, they are quite expensive and not competitive with what is available in the market. But then again, it can be managed. It's just really a more mindful and conscious way of considering local is better than, everything here, everything that we have here should be the priority. So we cannot really accept it as a new norm and just go with it. So we feel that we can use our brands as a platform where Philippine fabrics can again flourish. This pushed us to reach out to PTRI and inquire about local and natural fibers that were part of their research and development. I'm a firm believer that the most ideal of all collaborations are made between government, academia, and the private sector, which we represent. For me, PTRI, being a research institute, is like a combination of government and academia. I thought they are already a perfect match as a collaborator. Most of the problems encountered by the Philippine weavers are the lack of a ready market. So even the planting of cotton to be spun into yarns is not getting any headwind due to the fact that there is no end users that is ready to buy all the produce. We were encouraged to find out that PTRI was able to produce piña cotton gray fabric. That was June last year, although it has yet to be launched due to some technical challenges that we are currently working out. At least we now know that we can have these types of natural fibers readily available through PTRI. As an entity that represents a private business, it is up to us to use those materials and be able to effectively benefit from the efforts of PTRI. Currently, They have been supporting innovations that will really propel the sustainable development of materials in which the general public will eventually benefit if there will be willing stakeholders to scale them up. Hopefully, with the ideal partnerships, this dream of a more sustainable fashion industry will come to light. So in the meantime, we are doing all possible sustainable processes, such as upcycling our textile waste while supporting communities, is already a permanent project of our foundation. Design innovation to create premium products are continuously being undertaken. Reducing our textile waste from 2019, we were able to lower down to 25% from industry average of 35%. I'm happy to share that as of today, we are able to achieve an average of 10%, but we won't stop innovating until we really achieve zero waste. We are also doing recycling. We have a study that will allow us to use the remaining 10% for recycling purposes. These are actual photos of our research and development with another collaborator. This will hopefully complete our goal to our Journey to Zero movement. These are pictures of the PPE materials that's been with us as scrap because we don't really throw them out. We don't want them to end up in landfills. So we had to really research and work with other groups so that we can find out what else can we do instead of just putting an automatic action of throwing all our textile waste. So there is really a conscious effort in making sure that waste is managed, and there are very encouraging results of this research. Hopefully, as soon as we're able to create new products with it, I can share them. And whatever we research on, my commitment is also to share them publicly so that more people can actually look at recycling as another opportunity for growing or expanding the processing of your waste. Our journey to zero is a continuous effort. Let me show you an updated narrative, which we released last year.
Our Journey to Zero movement became the thumbprint to represent our values as we transition from a linear to a circular business model. Bio is pleased to announce that we have joined the United Nations Global Compact Initiative. We are proud to join thousands of other companies globally committed to taking responsible business actions to create the world we want. We are honored to be the first to become a participant in the programs of the United Nations Global Compact.
Our journey to zero is a continuous effort and not just a seasonal campaign. Our sustainability programs have a bigger vision to close the loop or to become a circular fashion company. The efforts that we've done already created small circles as we expand our reach and share our purpose to like-minded individuals and communities. We will continue to do so until our connection become ripples of circles that will shake the fashion industry and make it integral to our culture of sustainability. We have accomplished baby steps compared to the needed change that sustainability requires, and the challenge is real. The long-term sustainable growth that can be achieved are enough to push us to do more. Zero carbon emission, waste aversion, strengthens our identity, livelihood generation. These are just some of the few that can be accomplished. Most important of all is we are able to achieve identified sustainable goals, which is part of our commitment as a participant member of the UNGC. 2021 has yet again quite leveled up a different ballgame in retail and manufacturing. But this time, we are equipped with experiences that have made us stronger, and we will continue to thrive. We are now given this opportunity to come together and build back better. From manufacturers of textile to fashion producers, on to retail brands and all the way to our consumers, this time values of innovation for sustainability is front and center. Sharing our ideas together for a better and more sustainable future is truly needed. So we are strongly motivated to be a catalyst for change. And together, we can do better for people, the planet, for peace, prosperity, and partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Ms. Anna Lagon. And I'd like also to acknowledge the presence and for joining us also on Zoom, via Zoom. Attorney Leo Lagon is also here with us. So thank you very much to the entire team of BIO for sharing your trajectory for innovation and development. And maybe I'd just like to inject a snippet onto that story, because BIO was actually one with PTRI when we were challenged about mobility during the earlier stages of the quarantine period. And it wasn't as easy to move around and open factories at that time. But as Ms. Anna was providing us details with, the company was able to innovate and was able to actually take advantage of that situation to be able to do something worthwhile and recalibrate their steps towards their journey to innovation and sustainability. And as they say from famous Disney movie, the most beautiful flower is the flower that blooms in adversity. And we saw it in BIO and hope we see it also in the rest of the other stakeholders in the garment and textile industry. So thank you very much to BIO and Ms. Anna Lagon for that wonderful and very insightful talk.